people all around, they be evil. 2021, you can never trust nobody. Good and bad thoughts on my mind, they be crowded. Pushing nigga past his limits, then he see he bought it. Family work hard, but I never guess I'm found it. Came a long way in my dream, now I be drowning. They dying, I got some hearts pounded. Multi-talented, my passion, I haven't found it. Yeah, in my home, I was never ever doubted. I'm here from a bad place, oh yeah. Tryna be a better me just for you. But it ain't easy, it's hard to get used to. Minding my own business, I'm not worried about what he do. Cause nowadays, all the niggas let me see through. I always said this is that I'm staying around. Successful, I feel. All the memories come flooding back, hit different. I've changed a lot, friends list got thinner. Ain't tripping about enemies, true and stay hidden. He was lurking, so we made sure he went missing. Told the fakers to leave, but they wouldn't listen, they faulty. Now they gotta watch me glisten, they ain't silent. Like some snakes, they stay hissing. Spreading words and rumors, they gon' keep dissing. Coming from a bad place, oh yeah. Tryna be a better me just for you. But it ain't easy, it's hard to get used to. Minding my own business, I'm not worried about what he do. Cause nowadays, all the niggas let me see through. I always said this is that I'm staying around people. Finding my own path like I'm running.
Good evening to each and everyone. It's your boy GFCGarvan back again for you guys with another video. I told you guys I'm gonna be more consistent as from now on because I'm trying my best to manage the work schedule and family time and everything that I can be doing. So I'm back here today with another video for you guys. Today is gonna be about Viktor Gyokeres and also the Conference League final and any other little news that can pop up today. See how we can dive into whatever popped up. If anything important popped up while we on live, then we'll probably discuss it. But one of the main topic today, and also the Reggae Boys of Jamaica just beat Trinidad and Tobago 3-2. So congratulations to the Reggae Boys of Jamaica. They preparing for the Unity Cup, I think, in England. That's gonna keep in the United Kingdom. So congratulations to the Reggae Boys for that victory over Trinidad and Tobago. As you all can see in the back right there, my Jamaican flag. When if you look below, you see the Chelsea. And then if you look over, the green one is a Brazilian. That's one of my Brazilians. So those are my teams that I really go for. From the Brazilian to the Jamaican and to the Chelsea. So that's one of my main thing right there. That's me. So yeah, let me jump into this. Victor, not Victor Osimhen, but the Victor at Sporting Lisbon. I got a theory on that on Victor, and to be quite honest, my biggest theory on it, I won't be surprised if he signed for Chelsea Football Club. So that's what I really want to talk about today, because I was sitting down today and I was going through the last couple of years, like probably last year or two, where this is how I come up with the theory. For the last year or two, I was going through every single details of the links that he been linked with. Like he linked with Chelsea Football Club for a period of time now. But not only that he linked with Chelsea Football Club for before he even started a link with so many different clubs. Chelsea was one of the team was keeping close eye on him. They scouted him many, many times before. So he was a player that Chelsea really got on their list, whether we like it or not. But he was one of the main player on the Chelsea list for the longest. And I know that Arsenal, a lot of media outlet is saying Arsenal is leading the race to sign this player. I'm not sitting here and doubt Arsenal because the player maybe end up go to Arsenal, but Chelsea is a football club for the last few years. If you've been following the transfer window, which we all love the transfer, we all love a transfer. I love a transfer, and I know you guys love a transfer too. But if we look at the transfer for the last year or two, especially since the Bowley and clearly take over Chelsea Football Club. If you look at the likes of a Cole Palmer, out of nowhere. You look at the Pedro Neto, out of nowhere. No links, no news. It was silent. It was just random. And what happened? Mikhailo Modric. Mikhailo Modric was one. That you have to say it was almost a done deal with Arsenal. If you go way back in the history of Chelsea Football Club, the William, he was definitely laying on the bed at Tottenham Hotspur when he get the phone call that Chelsea need you. He was doing the medical when Chelsea take him out of that out of the picture from Tottenham Hotspur and bring him to Stamford Bridge. And then we can go on and on. And if we even go back to another famous one, Romeo Lavia, you know, was on his way to Liverpool, and Chelsea come in, and boom, he's at Chelsea. Caicedo, the same thing. Boom, he's at Chelsea. So that's what I'm saying. Like Chelsea is this entity or building this reputation that they normally sweeten some deals. As I was saying to my good friend today, Chelsea session, Ty, we're having a conversation earlier before I start the stream, because I come up with this theory that this morning. Hello, Miss Melina. How you doing? It's been a long, long time. I need to do a video with you about the end of the season review, because remember on your channel, we were talking about our prediction for the upcoming season. I know it didn't go the way I would planned it, because I think I said you guys was gonna finish first. I said Chelsea was gonna finish third, and Man City was gonna finish second, and I think Liverpool was way down there. So whenever you're ready, if you want to go back over it, like we can go back over it on your channel. Just let me know. I'm back. I'm back, Miss Melina. I'm back for good now. So when you're ready, just let me know. But I see we have another tag and war between us again for Victor, because I think that this Victor this Victor guy is gonna be big up Jordan. How you doing, Jordan? Yes, Mister. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back for good now. Yeah, my work schedule changed, and I did have to find a way out to balance it. It take me a long time to really balance it, but that's what really paid the bills. So I have to find a way out to get it balanced and settled, and then I think that we can. But what you hear, Miss Melina? I want to ask you a question. Out of the two striker, which one you think is more suitable for Arsenal? Before I go into back into the Arsenal and Chelsea going for the same striker, because I think that the way Mikel Arteta play, this is just my take on it. The way Mikel Arteta play, I think Sesko is more suited for the likes of a Mikel Arteta, the style that he play, the way Arteta want to play. I think that if you get Victor Gil, I don't think he will suit you. I don't think he suit the way Arsenal play. To be honest, he's not a box crasher like a Sesko will be. Sesko is a very good player in the air, especially in the air. And Mikel Arteta, like his striker, can head the ball real well. Of the way you guys play, especially on set plays and stuff like those. He would be like the perfect fit for Mikel Arteta. I don't think Mikel Arteta need a striker that just drop deep, or someone similar to Harry Kane. I don't think that's your guy's type of striker. I think that if you're gonna get him a striker, I think Benjamin Sesko is the right striker for Arsenal, to be quite honest. Yeah, I was watching the game. That's why I start the stream so late. It was a well played game for Jamaica. It wasn't too bad at all, to be quite honest. my bad, ladies and gentlemen, my bad. My hand touched something. Sorry, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, Jordan, I watched the game. I watched some of the games. I see the late goal. I think, and I saw the first goal from Palmer. I watched few of the game. I didn't watch it all, but I know for a fact that I watched some of it. But I was saying to Miss Milena that I think that Benjamin Sesko would be the best striker for you guys. Viktor Gyokeres, I don't think he's the striker for Arsenal. To be quite honest, I think he would more likely fit the likes of a Chelsea, the way our Chelsea play, or a Man City. I think that type of striker would fit, the likes of a Chelsea or Man City more. So I think that this striker merry-go-round that's going around, I think it's gonna be very, very difficult for a lot of teams because almost every team in the Premier League, different from Man City and Newcastle, need a number nine. And I think that every team have to pick the right striker that suit their team the best. And I think Benjamin Sesko suit Arsenal more than all the other strikers that's on the market. I don't think there's no other striker out there that you can look at and suit the way Mikel Arteta want to play. If you notice, Kai Havertz, Benjamin Sesko would be like an upgrade to Kai Havertz because if you notice that one of the main reason why Mikel Arteta did sign Kai Havertz is to get the aerial duel one, and the way how they trying to go because Arsenal trying to be physical as they can be, and I think that's why they really go for the likes of a Kai Havertz. But if you look at the Benjamin Sesko and a Kai Havertz, it's an upgrade because Kai Havertz wasn't a number nine. Overall, he scored a lot of goals. Yes, when he was in the German Bundesliga, playing as a second striker, but I don't think he is a main striker. So if you get the likes of a Benjamin Sesko, the way our Arsenal want to play, I think that will suit Arsenal a little bit better, and I think it will probably help you guys to push on because I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. All Arsenal did not win the league this season at all, like at all. I don't know what happened. I don't know how Arsenal did not win the league this season. Is a mind blowing to me because honestly, I never sit in my entire life and pick Arsenal to win the Premier League, and I went this time around said Arsenal was gonna finish. I don't know where this Liverpool come from, but this Liverpool come out of nowhere at all. They just hit us like a tsunami. This Liverpool team just hit everyone, surprised everyone. I think I think a lot of the teams, especially Arsenal and I think Man City. Yes, bro, you can if you want to. Uh my X is not working. How I can share you the link? I'm just gonna put the link in the let me put the link in the chat. Give me a second. There's a link, Jordan, if you want to come on, bro. That's the link right there. I think I put the link in the chat. So you can come on from there, bro. Okay, so there's a link. I post the link in the comment section, Jordan, if you want to come on. All right, while I'm waiting on Jordan before I really go deep into the rest of the conversation, yeah, let me wait and see how long Jordan gonna take to come on. Or if not, I'm gonna continue with the with what I got written out for the show today. So let us see if Jordan gonna join. Yeah, but what I was saying that Arsenal hit everyone, with sorry, not Arsenal. Liverpool hit everyone with a tsunami. It's from out of nowhere. To be quite honest, I think Arsenal was surprised how good Liverpool was, and I think Man City even was get with the surprising too, because the end of the day, no one expects Slot to just come in his first season, because Guardiola didn't come in his first season and dominate and win the league. It take him some time to adapt. So I think everyone like myself thought that here Jordan, let me have him, thought that Liverpool would have fall off because of Klopp left, and then Mo Salah seems like he was fine throwing some shot at Klopp and Van Dijk and Salah and Trent. Contract was running down, so I don't think anyone take Liverpool that serious this season, and I think Slot did a fantastic job, to be quite honest, and that Liverpool team, because they take every single person by surprise. And also Liverpool is looking for a striker too. So this striker market, before I go back to the main man that we were going to talk about, Victor. But I think that Liverpool just hit everyone and take everyone by surprise. What are you saying, Jordan?
Oh yes, Garvan, big up, bro. It's been a while, long time, man. Big up, man. How are you today, man?
Doing good, bro. It's been a while. It's been a minute.
Nice, man.
Like, are you
Happy to
here?
hear, man.
Before we talk about the striker, and the Chelsea game for tomorrow, just give me some takes on your Liverpool team. This season, the way how you guys dominated the league. You know, I remember on Miss Melina show when I was saying that you guys was probably gonna finish fifth. I put you guys to finish about fifth or fourth, I think, but I put Chelsea to finish third. I know for a fact, and I put Liverpool to finish fifth. I put Man City finish second, and put Arsenal finish third. First, sorry, first. I think that was my main prediction. I don't remember who I put to finish fourth, but I think I did have you guys in the fourth to fifth. And but you guys surprised everyone. You guys take the league by storm. You guys hit everyone when everyone thought you guys was gonna be down. So what you take on your season overall?
My season one. This season is so amazing and out. Because I don't know much about this manager on his slot since he came in last year, and then after that, as I said, man, we just beating everybody. Indeed, as they bring up Jurgen Klopp, I really remember when we played Man United, we slapped them by 7 goals. Bournemouth 9. This time around, we didn't. We draw with Arsenal. Indeed. So yeah, we're really flying high, beating Man City twice as well. 2-0 last year at our ground, Anfield. Then go to their ground, beat them 2-0. Indeed. But yeah, it's a real, very fantastic job, and Van Dijk staying and Salah. I'm up for that. So yeah, I'm really happy for my team to do so well. Garvan is really doing well, and yeah, for us to win number 20, I'm happy, man. I'm enjoying it, man. Just good.
Ah, we're going to go into the transfer because I saw you guys linked with some good players. You already got one through the door, and now everyone is looking for a striker, included yourself. But my theory on this striker, which the main topic, Victor from Sporting Lisbon. He is a striker. He is a wanted man. Like every single team is looking at him. Every single team need him. Arsenal need him. Chelsea need him. Liverpool also, I think, have a few little contacts here and there. Everyone's saying that Arsenal is the leading candidate to land this player. You know, Everyone is saying that he's already agreed personal term with Arsenal. But for me, when a deal like this goes silent, when Chelsea have been linked with any player that and the deal goes silent, I I only got one thing and one thing only. I only think that he's going to Chelsea. Once Chelsea link with a player, and then you hear nothing at all. It goes silent. It's very dangerous for every other team that's in the race for that player, because Chelsea is a team always do some negotiations silently. If you remember, in January, Chelsea go to Sporting Lisbon and take two players from Sporting Lisbon, not one, but two players. Chelsea have been scouting players and Victor for a long, long time, for a couple of years now. Chelsea been scouting this player. Arsenal started scout this player maybe last year or so forth. But who you think will land this player? To be quite honest,
For me,
because
man, for me, for me, Garvan, indeed. I just want to take my club out of this. It looks to me like his decision, I'll just bring up Chelsea and Arsenal there. And as Mel bring up Benjamin, absolutely agree with her with that one as well. But yeah, but Victor, man, this player just he does he scored goals against City in the Champions League, and he's scoring goals like nothing is just flying goals. But anywhere he land, that team is going to have him as their striker. But where would he go? That's the thing. So I want to see where which club he will land, where his decision may be, because I'm not sure if he would be going to United. So United doesn't want him. So it's gonna be decided between you guys, Garvan, and Arsenal. Where he prefer. So
yeah. But Miss Molina right here said it perfect. It's not saying
mhm,
that it's not saying because I'm a Chelsea fan that I'm being biased that he should go to Chelsea. I think that if he
mhm,
go to Arsenal, I don't think Arsenal will get the best out of him. The way Arsenal play, the style of play that Arsenal, I don't think Arsenal will get. I think if Arsenal get Benjamin Sesko, I can guarantee you that next season Arsenal maybe might win the Premier League. Depends on how the transfer market go with no, if you look at
yeah,
Arsenal, Arsenal got the best
mhm,
defensive team for the last two seasons in the Premier League. I'm just giving you the fact. Arsenal is the
mhm,
best defensive team for two seasons in the Premier League. Defensively,
yeah,
Arsenal is really good. The way our
mhm,
Arsenal play, a Benjamin Sesko gonna score at least 20 to 25 goals. Put it around
exactly.
around 20 to 25 goals. The likes of a Victor VG, because that is more easier to pronounce. Thank you, Miss Melina. Now you give me a way because I don't try to call the last name because the pronunciation. So yeah, so thank you, Miss Melina, to give me a better way to call this player. VG is the type of player will suit the likes of the way our Chelsea play and the Cole Palmer movements and passing. Arsenal is not mainly about it. Arsenal is always fast, pace, power. So with a player that fast, pace, and power would suit Arsenal. This is an upgrade on Kai Havertz by far. You put it this
Exactly.
way: he is an
Exactly.
upgrade on Kai Havertz. He is
Yeah.
lethal in the air. He's lethal by with shooting. And that's how Arsenal
Yeah.
build their team to shoot and to use
Exactly.
aerial duels because they like their set plays. And that's what
Mhm,
Arsenal been using all season long to
yeah.
conquer. Defensively, they're solid. Getting a striker like a Benjamin Sesko who can shoot with both feet, I think, even though we're more like a left footer, and also very good aerially. This is an Arsenal team with an extra 20 goals in it can push them towards to win the Premier League. Chelsea is not ready. I need my team to compete next season because yes, you challenge for top four all this season. Next season, I want you to challenge until later on in the season, maybe in February, March, whatever, wherever. but be up there. Not that's too far, but I'm not looking for Chelsea to go and win the Premier League this coming season. Right? I'm not looking for Chelsea to win it, but at least I'm saying compete. But I think that the difference with Arsenal this season and Liverpool, Liverpool got Mo Salah, who constantly put the ball in the back of the net. If we want to go with fact, Mo
Yeah,
Salah,
actually, I agree.
Mo Salah was the man that really take Liverpool to the next level. So imagine
Exactly.
Arteta get his striker, a Benjamin Sesko, someone who is an upgrade on Kai Havertz, and have Kai Havertz can rotate. I think that this
Yeah,
Arsenal team will push Liverpool next season closer.
100% right. Yeah, they have a chance of pushing us. Indeed, bring up Salah, Garvan. Indeed, he looks to me like a striker, despite he doesn't play as a centre forward. He play as a right wing, but he's just good. Just when he goes, he steps up. Penalties, he steps up. This is the real reason why when he signs contract, Garvan, we rebuild around him. We will rebuild around him. He's bringing us to a different level. And staying until 2027 is just good to see have Salah there. Right? Because Salah can score goals, as I said, man. And we also take him from you as well, Nugavan. If you remember, we take him from you guys, and he wasn't doing that good, and we bought him from you guys. And look what happens now.
Yes,
We
but
transform him into a player, and look what happened. He's scoring goals, winning golden boots, and now you got an award. Yeah, on Sunday, another award. That is a fantastic player. We turn him into a goal scoring machine.
okay, I understand. But would you say Mo Salah is Liverpool best player of all time?
Well, he's breaking
Because
records in breaking Henry, he's breaking assists.
a lot of people don't want to give him his flowers. Would you say Mo Salah is Liverpool best player in the Premier League history? Because a lot of people want to keep it for Steven Gerrard, and Steven Gerrard haven't win what Mo Salah win for Liverpool. But because Steven Gerrard is a home boy and whatever, born and raised. But I think that Mo Salah should be up there amongst the best because I think he is the best player that played for Liverpool in the Premier League history since the Premier League have been the Premier League. Not talking about way back in the 60s. I'm talking about
Hmm.
in the Premier League since then changed the name to the Premier League. I think he is the best player that Liverpool have in the Premier League. And also, I can say he's up with the GOAT conversation. I think he is a better player in the Premier League than Thierry Henry because he's more consistent than Thierry Henry for 7 years. Everyone said Thierry Henry is the GOAT for the Premier League. I think Mo Salah right now is the GOAT of the Premier League.
Yeah, he is. He's gonna be a legend. He's retiring. He's gonna retire as a legend, man.
Yeah, but with VG, right? Because of my theory, you know, I don't know if you agree or not, but Chelsea is a very sneaky club. They're very sneaking. Like Chelsea is a
Victor.
club that's very sneaky. They're very, very look at Pedro Neto. Who know that Chelsea was gonna sign Pedro Neto until the deal was done?
Yeah, Victor Gyokeres, right? You're talking the Sweden international. He's good, man. I would have preferred my club. I really do. But
I think he's going to
we're not-
Chelsea.
yeah,
I think he's going to Chelsea. I think that it's written for him to go to Chelsea. Honestly, I don't think he's going to Arsenal because as I said, they were saying last week that Mikel Arteta and the new sporting directors already was complaining about the striker because he won VG and I think Mikel Arteta won BS. So BS That's Benjamin Sesko, and that's the striker
Yeah,
that Arsenal been needing for this longest time. I think that Arsenal is looking for the striker for for I think 2 years now. They were scouting this player because I think them and Chelsea was scouting this player for a long time.
yeah. Because I think after Euros last year, I think they were eyeing him because he was good. No, he was good for his country. No doubt, he's very talented, and he can score from outside the box as well. He can find the back of the net easily as well. And if Arsenal gets him, Garvan, he knows Dominic Suboslai as well. They used to be teammates together, so we could see him and Dom facing each other. But well, yeah, as I said, man, if Mikel Arteta wants Benjamin, his decision. He's the coach for Arsenal, so if he wants Benjamin instead of BG, that well, no problem for Arsenal fans. If they want to, yeah, you can get Benjamin. We really get a good challenge from them, and we know they're gonna have a chance of not letting us retain this till next season. So you think Benjamin is gonna be really hard for us to defend our title. Well, they really need a striker for real.
I think Sunday. I think maybe after the game tomorrow, which we're gonna talk about. We're gonna dwell in for in a few, because before we end the stream, I want to make sure I talk about the preview for the final tomorrow. I think after this final, because if Arsenal did really secure this player, I think that you would hear more on this player. That's VG. Because a lot of account is saying that Arsenal already have personal terms and the deal is close. I think that if this deal was that close, you would hear something because today is what? Today is Tuesday, and
Yeah,
he
so
plays last game on Sunday.
yeah,
So he got no more games. All the games are finished. So we should have aired something between yesterday and today if the deal was already done to go to Arsenal. So
yeah, yeah,
that is one of my biggest concern about this deal, because if the deal was so close for him to go to Arsenal, we should have aired
yeah,
something today. I think I think that why wait until after Chelsea play before these rumors are advanced talk or whatever come out. So I think Chelsea got a massive hand to play in this guy future, because I think that we should have heard something. So if tomorrow Chelsea play and the game done and over with and we haven't heard nothing at all, then I probably can sit here and say, maybe something else is going on. But tomorrow, after tomorrow, we should hear something major on this player, because
yeah,
Sunday the window will be open. And remember, the players that go into the FIFA Club World Cup, or the teams that go into the FIFA Club World Cup, have a small window. They got a small window. They got 10 days to sign players. Because remember, they're gonna open the transfer window on the 1st to the 10th. And
hmm,
then then the window gonna close again until after. Big up Ty, big up, bro. Until after the FIFA Club World Cup. So
yeah,
if you notice, the window's gonna open, and if Chelsea really need this player to be a part of their team going into the FIFA Club World Cup, I will be. I'm just doing the stream for an hour, bro. So if you finish before then I'll probably go on for a little bit more. But if you're not finishing like on between I think 6 o'clock my time, 5 o'clock your time, I will see. I don't think I'm doing the stream for very long because there's not much news. I'm just gonna go in the review of the game, and then after that, that Jordan, can you take over for me, bro? answer my mom real quick. Give me 1 second. You can talk about anything you want to talk about, bro.
Yes, guys. So, big up everyone in the chat. Yeah. So, for us right now, we're getting the German Florian Wirtz, but I'm waiting until the window open this week. And that Sunday coming for Fab to announce. Here we go. Yeah, we're getting Kirkes as well. We're getting Frimpong, and we're getting Mama. So yeah, we're getting the Girona goalkeeper. Indeed, I play for Valencia. So yeah, so it looks to me like we're just going to sign three players. We're not getting the update on the goalkeeper just yet. So yeah, and also what Garvan said about Victor. Yeah, he have to decide where he will go, which club he will choose, because you have Chelsea and Arsenal. So where will he go? And tomorrow is the Conference League, so I'm looking forward to see what will happen in that match tomorrow. Anthony will be playing against Chelsea against Cole Palmer. Well, Chelsea fans are looking forward to that. Well, I wish the Chelsea fans them all the best in the finals tomorrow in the Conference League. Hope the best team win and become champion indeed. And also weekend, that is Saturday, we have the Champions League finals between PSG and Inter. So looking forward to two finals coming up this week. So yeah.
Yeah, bro. Because all right, I know you probably just tuned in. So let me give you my take on the Victor on the Victor situation. Right. The reason why I said I think he's going to Chelsea. Chelsea go there in Sporting in January, and Chelsea go there and they take two players. And my take on it is Chelsea did the same thing with with Brighton, right? When Chelsea needs Caicedo, they go to Brighton and try to sweeten the deal, or in different terms, they try to build a bond with Brighton, and they take
Yeah.
Sanchez from Brighton to start negotiation with Brighton for Caicedo,
Yeah.
which Chelsea have pulled Caicedo off also. So
Yeah.
my theory on it is because Chelsea have done all of that and pull Caicedo away from the likes of, because remember Caicedo come out and said that Chelsea was the first team to be interested in him, and Chelsea was the first team start to talk to him. So the same time when Chelsea was talking to to Brighton for Sanchez, they were there talking also to Caicedo. So Chelsea went in and take two players from Sporting Lisbon. So my take on this: did Chelsea go there and have a conversation about Victor while they were taking those two players? Because Chelsea been known to do stuff like this. Chelsea have been known to go to club and sign a player that they most likely don't really want to try to get the one that they need. So that's why my my take on this is, yeah, we signed Quenda. Yes, we signed Quenda. So that's why my take on this and saying, did Chelsea go in January and make a bond with Sporting Lisbon? Did Chelsea go there and try to talk them up or pet them up and find out, like, how much would be the package? If I need this player, how much would I have to pay to get this player to Chelsea? So that's my big take on it. My big take on it: did Chelsea did the same thing like what they did with a lot of these deals? Because Chelsea be known to do stuff like this. Chelsea be known to go to teams, talk to teams, talk about their players, and it doesn't leak. Chelsea is doing stuff differently because back in the days you would hear a lot of leakage about players. Chelsea on the leak the players that they wanted to be leaked because when Chelsea was going to go to sign Quenda and the midfielder, no one knew that Chelsea was going to Sporting Lisbon until when these players sign. Then you hear a "here we go," from Fabrizio. So Chelsea wasn't you wasn't hearing anything at all. I know that a lot of us need Victor Osimhen, but the thing is with Osimhen, he seems like he's going to Saudi, and I think Jordan probably agree. I think that he's going to Saudi because of the wages. I don't think he want to drop his wages. Chelsea would love to get him, but the package that he want, I don't think that Chelsea can match it or anyone in Europe can match it because he said he's not taking a pay cut. So I think that he's going to Saudi Arabia. It's unfortunate, but I think that's where he's going. If he go to Saudi Arabia, that's fine with me because at least he will definitely be out of Europe. I won't have to be competing against him in the Premier League. So if he go to Saudi Arabia, I will clap him and cheer him on. But if he come to a Premier League team willing to pay him that money, then there's problem. But I think that he definitely more likely looking to Saudi Arabia because of the wages. He don't want to cut his wages. He don't want to drop his wages. So I think that he's definitely going to Saudi Arabia. Maybe it can change. Maybe Chelsea can go in and talk him out of it. Or if he really want to stay in Europe, then he will try to come to a natural agreement. But I think that Saudi Arabia is the one that's already written on Victor Osimhen. But for Victor Gyokeres, I think that he's coming back to England. But where do ego? That's the biggest stake on it. Chelsea like to move in silent recently. A lot of big names players does not being leaked to Fabrizio. I think Fabrizio, they are the one that pushing certain agenda because of they doesn't know what's coming out of Chelsea. Arsenal, the player have been linked with Arsenal and agree personal terms to a lot of outcome. The league is over. Why is not advanced? Why we don't see no one ping it? Why we don't see the likes of Ben Jacob? The Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We would have aired something. Someone would have pinged it. Look at Cunha going to Manchester United. Everyone pinged that and said like the deal already done without it being announced. Why they no one can do the same thing for that guy? Because after the final Sunday, they asked him, said he heard about rumors of him going to Arsenal. If it's true, and he said, well, if you hear the rumors, I don't we all will see. He said we all will see. He never said he's going to Arsenal. He never said he's not going to Arsenal. Then he said we all will see. So why wait so long
Yeah.
to complete this deal when you know that so many person is looking on this at this player? If Arsenal did already seal this up, I think that you would hear more about this player. You would hear more coming out from the big outlets. And Jordan, you can back me up on this. This is my biggest concern about this one. No big outlet
Yeah.
is giving any or anything about this player that Arsenal is the front runner. Arsenal is always some small account. You hear that, okay, the deal is almost done, but we still cannot hear an
Yeah.
announcement for the last 3 weeks or 2 weeks since they said Arsenal was the front runner. Why no one still cannot come out and be bold and said, "Oh, Victor is going to Arsenal." I haven't heard
Yeah.
nothing like this as yet.
Facts. Because Victor just says he want to leave Sporting CP. That's the only thing he says, Garvan. but I don't hear anything else after that. So he doesn't even say which club he wants to join. He just said he wants to leave Sporting CP at the end of the season, and he plays his final game on Sunday. So I don't see anything going on, and also bring up the advancing as well. We also have advancing talk with Frimpong, and he's heading to us right about soon. So I'm not hearing about no advancing talk with about VG. So yeah, VG don't making his no choose where he will go, which club in England he will play for. So yeah, because Fab will be, yeah, as I said, man, advancing talk. Yeah, that
Yeah,
doesn't.
and a lot of people don't understand the final tomorrow will be the time that everyone know where this player is going. Because as if Chelsea play tomorrow, if Chelsea play tomorrow and win, you probably don't hear any announcement. But if Chelsea go there and does not win this final, these sporting directors and owners gonna find something to keep the fans quiet. So you probably hear a here we go soon then and later, because that's how all of these clubs are doing right now. A lot of these clubs, look at Arsenal, when they've realized that they're not going to win the Premier League, what they do? Oh, Zubamendi have agreed to sign Arsenal next season. It will be Arsenal player. Here we go. Our David
Yeah,
Seaman, yeah,
yeah,
our
yeah,
David,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
And
Indeed,
so
Zubimendi, yeah, big,
that's what I'm saying. A lot of these
yeah,
teams play with fans' emotion because of they make the signing, but they're waiting on, like, the team does not win. Look at Manchester United. They lose to who? To Tottenham. And soon as
yeah,
they lose to Tottenham, you heard that Matel Cunha, here we go, is going to be a Manchester United player next season.
exactly, 100%. Even for us as well, Garvan, as I bring up that as well. Even here we go as well for Frimpong, for us as well. You also hear that, no? So Frimpong joining us, indeed. So as well, everybody getting here we go. As I said, man, Matheus Cunha, Man United. Martin Zumen, this is the same player that we needed at Liverpool. We didn't get him. He rejected us. I know where he's going. The Emirates. I do not even see anything for VG. Right here we go. So
Yeah, because I'm on X right now and I'm looking, and everyone is just constantly, resurface the same. Fabrizio and them have nothing at all to say. They keep on resurfacing the same news over and over and over and over again. Mateus Cunha agreed to Arsenal, to Manchester United. Zubamendi. That's just the
Arsenal.
same news being toting around for weeks now.
hmm Even the Florent verse for us. Indeed. We still having a talk same way with Bayer Leverkusen same way. And after that, after we close the deal, and so here we go for the verts to Liverpool.
All right, 3 hours ago, Ben Jacob with the same thing. Matel Cunha
Mm.
release clause in 5 installment. That's the only thing that all these big outlets is dropping. Or Delap. Delap will decide his next club this week. Many reports saying, yeah, and Delap. That's the only two person that we all hearing about all week long is Delap and Cunha. What about the Victor Osimhen, the Victor Gilchrist? What about the I can't even call his name. Etitike or something like that. That French
Yeah,
striker.
take it.
Yeah, what what about him? You know what I mean? Like, None of these big outlets because so many teams need a striker. So I think every club is keeping their card close to their pocket as possible. Who to tell if Real Madrid ain't gonna enter the race? Who to tell if
So
Barcelona not gonna enter the
us.
race?
Hey, Real Madrid the cheap transfers serious. They.
Eketike. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Sometimes the Jamaican come out, man. So sometimes the pronunciation. Yeah, but
Yeah, but you talk about that Jamaican, but we really pronounce it, man.
yeah, but who to tell who's gonna enter the race? None of us know who's gonna really enter the race. You know what I mean? So we're gonna move on, bro, because we're gonna have to talk about the final tomorrow. It's Real Betis versus Chelsea. Chelsea can go down in history tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a history day for Chelsea if they can complete the set. Because if Chelsea do win tomorrow, you know, it's gonna be very, very, very. Thank you, bro, from Croatia. Big up, big up, big up, man. You know, it's so funny that it's so funny that you know back in the
Big up
days.
Dominic.
Huh? Go ahead, bro.
No. Oh yeah, big up to Dominic in the chat.
Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. You know, back in the days, right? When I used to watch like the Premier League, because bro, nah, I just saw something. I just saw something, man. I ain't. It's not you. It's not you. It's not you, Jordan. Go ahead, Jordan. I really
Big up
appreciate your
man.
support, bro. Thank you,
No
bro.
man.
Thank you. Yeah, but yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's um, it's one of those. It's just one of those things, man. I really appreciate you enjoying yourself, man, and you're tuning in. To be quite honest, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Back to what I was saying about the game. All right.
Yeah man.
Tomorrow will be the day that Chelsea can really make history, because Chelsea can be the first team, to complete the set, because Chelsea have won so many Premier League and Champions League. They win the UEFA Cup. They win the Super Cup, the Club World Cup, and what else? What else was back there before even the UEFA Cup? I think the Cup Winners' Cup. I think back in the days, I think that was the name of it. Chelsea have won it all, but Chelsea never win the Conference League, and I don't think a lot of teams, because Real Madrid not gonna really fall into Conference League area. I don't think Barcelona will ever fall there too. So I think that tomorrow can be like a history day. Tomorrow, if Chelsea do beat Real Betis tomorrow, they can go down in history for the first team to ever win the whole entire set. That's this is the last European trophy that many of those giants not are cannot able to say they ever win. Do you think that Chelsea should go all out tomorrow to win this, or do you think that they should they should save their energy for the FIFA Club World Cup?
For me man, it's what kind of formation you guys will use tomorrow. Indeed. Because let's say man, history, anything can happen, man. Real Betis with Anthony.
Hold on, Jordan. Thank you. Hold on, Jordan. Sorry. Thank you, man. I really appreciate the support, man. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate we can grow too, as a community. I really appreciate the support. So, thank you for tuning in. And if you can share it for me, I really appreciate it. Much love. Sorry, Jordan. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. I think you guys can have a chance of winning, man. Cause yeah, winning the conference league is gonna be a massive showdown indeed. Cause it will be the battle of former Manchester United player Anthony against Cole Palmer, right? Cole like ice, right? Former City player. And I think yes, indeed. I just saw a video earlier before your stream, Garvan, that I heard Reece James was saying he wants to lift that trophy as captain. So I want to see what he will do. Indeed, you guys have a great squad. Indeed, looking to see what happens. I'll be watching you guys as a neutral, despite I'm at on the blue side of London, just Mer's side. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow, man, and see what the guys can do in the Conference League. Indeed, if you guys get this, I think you guys will be probably celebrate straight into weekend. Indeed, so yeah, I think Chelsea have a chance of winning. Indeed, oh, this you guys, oh, this what kind of starting eleven you guys will use against this Real Betis team, and also Adrian is in goal. So you know him very well, Garvan, when he used to be at Liverpool, but he's now at Real Betis. So it's gonna be a great matchup come tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. Who will be Conference League champions?
Big up, big up, big up, Buggy. Yeah. This one is kind of funny to me though, because if you look at it, this the reason why I said it, this can go both ways. You know, this can make or break these players. I know that we qualify for the Champions League and whatever else, but these young players, most of these young players have never won nothing before. So it can go this way if these young players win this trophy. I see a lot of Chelsea fans and big outlets. I saw a lot of these big outlets are downgrading this trophy. A trophy is a trophy. A trophy only can do two things for your team. It put your team in the history book that you win this trophy, and also it can help your players to taste the how victory is, how to lift a trophy, and only let there be greedy and not saying greedy, but be more like hungry, for more. So this can put you in different situation where it can make you or break you. It can put you in a situation where you feel disappointed. So all these Chelsea supporters that saying, "Oh, it's a conference league, let's get it over with," and disrespecting the league. "Oh, I don't want to see back Chelsea in this competition." You finish where you deserve to be. Wish Manchester United, we should have been ahead of Manchester United to probably the UEFA Cup. That's where we finished to be. But because they beat Man City in that FA Cup final, they end up jump ahead of us and we get relegated to the Conference League. Fair enough. Manchester United have already done us a favor by taking care of Aston Villa in the last game. Whether we like it or not, even although we get our part, the job done on our side, but this trophy should mean a lot. And I don't see why these big outlets are telling people, that this is not where we belong. We should just hurry up and get it done and over with. We cannot be disrespectful to any form of competition. And that's my biggest problem with these big outlets. When I listen to them, they're like downgrading these competition. I think Jackson will show up tomorrow. I think Jackson will show up tomorrow. And as you say right here, and lead the line, as you're saying right here, brother, I honestly think that he's gonna show up tomorrow because of he know that he disappoint his team. He know he let down his team. I think Jackson gonna come with a fire in his belly that ready to play and want to prove and want to show that he can lead the line. So I'm not surprised if Jackson tomorrow turned up and even scored the winner. I wouldn't be surprised if Jackson turned up tomorrow and score the winner. Let me repeat one more time. I wouldn't be surprised if Jackson turned up tomorrow and scored the winner because of he was disappointed because he thought he let his team down from making Champions League. So I definitely think that Nicholas Jackson will show up tomorrow and put in the work that he never put in before. I think he gonna want to do everything to make it right. I think he gonna want to be the man, and there's nothing wrong with it because that's the definitely what I want to see from my team. I want to see my team turned up tomorrow and perform. I want to see Nicholas Jackson go ahead and lift the silverware. You know, this young man get a lot of stick for many different reasons. You know, I think there's a player in there. I think that is take time for him to grow because you have to remember he's a late bloomer. He start very late because of coming from Africa straight to Villarreal and then end up at a big club like Chelsea. So I think that it's a lot, you know, for a young man like him to take. But I definitely think that he's definitely gonna be, you know, ready and up for it tomorrow. I think definitely tomorrow will be the time that Nicholas Jackson, you know, finally show up. I won't be surprised if he do. Yep, as you said right there, man. Tomorrow have to be the way that these young players really look at it and said, if I win the silverware, this can take me on to greatness, and that's all Chelsea is looking for. You know, Chelsea is really looking for greatness, and I think this is the way you move to greatness. And tomorrow will be the day where all these young players, because if you notice in the last 5 or 6 game, you can see the difference in Cole Palmer game. He been running like a man running wild. Like he's been defending. You know, he's been not being trying to be cute on the ball. He's been pressing. He's doing like every single thing. You know, with the team to help the team through that bad period. Even when everyone doubt us, you know, he always turned up and he put in the shift both on and off the ball. And I think tomorrow, you know, it's unfortunate that probably Jesus Sanchez won't start the game, you know, but I think that tomorrow is another opportunity for him too, you know, to really step in his own and show why he should be at Chelsea next season. You know, as I was saying earlier, I was telling my good friend Ty that Chelsea session that I don't think that we should let him go. You know, I think that we should probably keep him for next season, but we have to get a winger that can score goal. You know, and have him as a backup because you know going to the Champions League we don't want to be these young most of these young players does not know how to play in the Champions League and play on the weekend. You know, the Conference League we use a lot of young players and the difference, but the Champions League, if you really want to make a statement in the Champions League, you're gonna need a lot of senior players to be playing in a lot of these games to at least make the round of 16. So the big rotation that we did in the Conference League, I don't think we're gonna be able to do it in the Champions League and the Premier League at the same time. So he will be a player for me to keep around and get at least a Rafael Leal or another goal scoring winger. You know, someone that when you make the rotation, you know, it can make a difference. Thank you, Miss Melina. I hope we can do it, you know, especially for these young players, because mentally, you know, we can break them or we can make them. You know, so this is a make or break season. That's why when I heard these Chelsea big account, you know, trying to downgrade the competition or the tournament, you know, I always like turn it off right away and shake my head because every tournament that you win, you know, should always take you to a different place. You know, every time that you lift a trophy, it should motivate the young players. It doesn't matter if it's a League Cup, the FA Cup. These young players need something. And I said that, I see that too. I saw Modric, he's back next season. I'm not sure if he's back, but by UEFA rules, because he plays such a major part in the tournament, what I was reading earlier, he entitled to go there and be a part of the podium and also collect a medal. Jordan, take over for me 1 second.
Oh yeah, Garvan is right, guys, for tomorrow's game between them and Real Betis. Well, look, that game is gonna be a great match. So yeah, Mudrick. Oh my, this guy, Mudrick. Um, he's getting better. Well, after what really happened with him, but yeah, I think that game is gonna be a great one tomorrow. But let's see what happens.
Yeah, Chelsea have to win this one, for the especially for the young players. They need something. They need a silverware. They definitely have to get a silverware. Silverware is a must for young players, and not showing any shade on Arsenal. But I think that when Mikel Arteta was sacrificing these to compete for the Premier League title, I think when he made those sacrifice to drop out of the League Cup and also the FA Cup, and when they were in the European, I think when they get the chance to beat Sporting in the UEFA Cup, you know, and advance and win that tournament, I think that he should have take priority in one of those competition and at least try to win it. And I think that probably that would have pushed them on, to know how to cross the line. I think young players need trophy. Young players definitely need something to boost them, or to give them the confidence that they can do it. So I think that when Mikel Arteta was building that team, when he was trying to compete with Man City, not saying that he shouldn't try to compete with Man City, but he should have take one of those competition very seriously, especially when you were in the UEFA Cup at the time. I think that UEFA Cup should have come home to the Emirates, uh, and I think that even the FA Cup, or the League Cup, I think that one of those tournament, or show or whatever, I think one of those should have go there, and that would have helped these players how, and then give them a know-how to cross the line. And I think that's what
Yeah,
Arsenal is missing in their team, a know-how to do it. I can cross the line. I can go win a major trophy. I can do it. Just like Man City. Man City been hanging on for the longest time, for years. But if you notice, Man City at the end of the season, because these players always do it, they always find a way to put a winning run in the last 10 game of the season. They always find a way how to do it. And
yeah,
this season they did not, because they were failed in the middle of the season. But notice the end of the season, how they started build up that momentum. And I think that Mikel Arteta, that is his biggest mistake in the Arsenal team, because he never have the players pushing for those small titles to help them, to gradually help them grow. This last season, yeah, I said the same thing too, bro. But I'm just saying, that's why I come back around to Chelsea, because I'm looking at it like this. You know, they definitely, these young players. That's why when I heard the newness and all these big accounts said, let's get the Champions League done and over with. No, you cannot disrespect a tournament. You have to go for every single tournament, especially with young players. You have to go to win. You have to teach them winning mentality, not just win on the pitch, but mentally know how to lift a trophy. Let them feel what it takes when they're climbing that step, and know that yes, we're gonna lift this trophy. That will give them motivation to always try to go to win. So never try to disrespect a tournament. That's my main focus on what everyone been saying. That the conference league doesn't matter. Every tournament that a player you're going, it should matter, because that's why you enter this competition, is to win. If you're not gonna enter it to win, then withdraw from the tournament. Don't enter it. Long as you're entering a tournament to win, you should go there with the mentality to lift that trophy. Don't ever enter a tournament and think about, I'm just entering this tournament because I want to enter the tournament. No, you're supposed to enter every single tournament to win. So my biggest take on it is, as a Chelsea fan, like, calm down, calm down to all these big outlets, calm down. Don't disrespect any form of tournament. you know Take it as it is. Takes what's You only can win. You only can win what's in front of you. We wasn't in the Champions League, so we cannot win the Champions League. You cannot compete for the Champions League. So why we are saying that, oh, we should be back where we're yes, we should be back where we is, and that's the Champions League. But we have to make
Also,
a step to go there.
yeah, I know. Oh, damn, bring up Palace as well. Damn, I forgot about Newcastle United as well. They won the Carabao Cup. So the Birds them are flying high. Yeah, even Spurs. They won the Europa League as well. And they didn't even have Harry Kane and then still won the Europa League, right? Because they have Solanke and they have Hung Minson on the bench. Came off the bench. Well, and then still on the game by 1-0. Yeah.
Yeah, look at Palace. The first time Palace is winning a trophy in their history. What you think this is gonna do for a team like Crystal Palace that lift their first trophy? Next season, I know for a fact that they're gonna come back with a mentality that if I win this, like I win this FA Cup, I probably can go and do it again. This probably give these player a hunger, say that we can go on and do it. We have to remember too, much as we love Chelsea, and I love Chelsea, but Chelsea is not the Chelsea with the winners from back in the days. Your Didier Drogba, your Frank Lampard, your Michael Ballack, your Essien, your John Terry. We got leaders in that dressing room. We got
So,
captains.
yeah. And Diego Costa as well, Garbo. Remember him as well.
Yeah, Diego Costa, Cesc Fabregas. Those players know how to win because they win in different teams. They come to Chelsea and they continue that winning mentality. So all these Chelsea fans that sitting too high, sometimes you have to come down, because we have to look back on these players have never been there before. They never been there and done it. They don't know how to been there and done it. Look at Arsenal this season, for instance, the Premier League. Look where I'm going with this. Arsenal this season was the favorite to win the Premier League, because everyone can see that Man City was finally fading away. But look at Liverpool. They make a manager change. They
Oh
make a
my way.
manager change, a manager that never coached in the Premier League before. So everyone wrote him off because he never challenged for the Premier League. He never played in the Premier League before. Mikel Arteta was challenging Pep Guardiola for so many years. But what happened? Liverpool got Mo Salah, serial winner, already win the Premier League, win the League Cup, win the Champions League. Van Dijk, Chen, and Robinson, Allison, and the list goes on. A lot of these players
Yeah,
already won a trophy before. So Man City fall
exactly.
away. Everyone think that this year would be Arsenal here because Man City fall away. What happened? Liverpool stepped
Yeah,
up with their experienced players and take their and run with it. Never stop. Liverpool never
yeah,
stop because they got players that already know how to cross the line. They're the one that show Pep Guardiola that we can beat you. They beat Pep Guardiola. A lot of people will say, "Oh, it was in CC time. They didn't even have fans to celebrate or to cheer." That's cool. That's fine. But they already won in a 38 game period. They were the better team. They end up won the Premier League. They come back after that. They won the League Cup. They won the League Cup. So they're still tasting victory. It's still in their mind that we can do it. Now Man City fall off and fall away on the wayside. RIP to Man City. They fall away to the wayside. What happened? Liverpool take it and run with it because guess what? Man City now fall away. We know how to do it. We already been there and done that. And they take it, they run with it, and what happened? They become champions. So that's what I'm saying. Like, these players have to know how to win, and know how to win is to start to win the small trophies. And from then on, you take it and you gradually grow and know how to become a winner. If Chelsea lose, we lose. Will it be Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're going into that FIFA Club World Cup, man. You're 100% correct right there, because we're going into that FIFA Club World Cup. We want to go there as a winner. We want to go there as we already won something. I know everyone is saying that Champions League was the only thing that mattered. But these young players, if they don't know how to win a conference league, they think they're gonna go to the Champions League and win the Champions League. What they're trying to say? We're gonna go to the Champions League and just go there to participate. To say that we make it to the Champions League. We want to beat. No, you go to the Champions League. You're supposed to go there and challenge. You're supposed to go there and fight. The FIFA Club World Cup is the same thing. You're going there. You're going there to challenge. You're going there. You're going there to build a momentum for the upcoming Premier League season. So you want to go there and fight and try to go as far as possible in that tournament, as far as you can go, as far as you can take it. The same thing with the Conference League. Go out there and put everything on the line, but try to go there and win. But when these men gonna say that it doesn't matter, like it hurt my heart and my feeling as a Chelsea fan. Like when did Chelsea want to say they enter a tournament and they just want to go turn up to the final, and it doesn't matter if we win or not because we already make it to the Champions League. This is something that the players should use as a stepping stone. This is something that they should use and gradually grow. I'm pissed. Even though the final is tomorrow, I don't know if we're gonna win or not. But I'm pissed to hear some growing men sit there and saying that they don't care if Chelsea want to win or not. Because we make the Champions League. Chelsea should be in the Champions League every season because that's where Chelsea built for the last 20 years to be. But every team gonna have to rebuild in one stage. And Chelsea didn't need rebuild for many, many years, but no one want to see it. You take a little pieces from here and there and you add to it. After a while, it's gonna crumble. Chelsea was a team that really need to rebuild for the longest time now. And right now, the main thing is they did that rebuild. That's why I'm not mad at the owners because they signed 100 players. You sign 100 players, the best of the best will survive. As they said, man, in Jamaica, the fittest of the fittest will survive. You leave them there. No, it's just the truth. The
Yeah, yeah,
cream,
man. Yeah,
the cream,
Jamaican,
cream will
Jamaican,
rise to the top.
Jamaican.
It's just like you're mixing oil and water. The oil gonna find a way out to reach to the top at all times.
Mhm.
The cream will always stay to the top. So the best of the best will always stay to the top. So for them to be sitting there and fight it out, to be who's the best or who can challenge, that's where I want to see my club. Get the best young players in the world. If you do the rebuild, sacrifice the last 2 or 3 seasons, that's fine with me. But now we're back in Europe, we're back in the big boy league. Show me what you can do. This is a time you go and show me what you can do. Yeah, as you were saying, right? as you say right here, for me, the main issue right now for me to go into that FIFA Club World Cup, we can leave the goalkeeper and the defense for last, because recently we'll be showing a better defensive stability. My biggest problem is right now is a striker and a left winger that can score goals. If we can get a left striker to go to the FIFA World Cup, Club World Cup, and also, a left winger and a striker, I think that I will be more and feel more happier to know that we at least fill that void. After the Club World Cup or whatever, we can also, probably look into the goalkeeper and the central defender. But for me right now, the biggest and the main problem is a striker and a left winger, someone that can put the ball in the back of the net. That's where my biggest concern will lie. Going into next season, we definitely need more goals from the left. This season, if you notice, the goals from the left wasn't that much, to be quite honest. But we need more goals from the left. We need more players to do or to score more goals from the left. Once we solve that problem, I think that it would be a little bit better for us. But that's something that we need to take into consideration. We definitely need to find a way out to get more goals from the left and also get a striker. Someone can put the ball in the back of the net. Yeah, I can remember it just like today, man. Remember, man, Chelsea was the team that doesn't matter, man, when we failed for Europe, it's all we always come back and win and win and win. But as we said, that's why I'm being so mad at these bigger Chelsea content creators, who got like your 100 and your 50,000 viewers, being saying that it doesn't matter, about this tournament. Like, I need these young players, man. I need this. Honestly, I need this. I need this more than anything else. To be quite honest, I need this trophy tomorrow even more than the FIFA Club World Cup, because I'm not. We're not at the FIFA Club World Cup as yet. So this is right here in front of us. So I need this more than even the FIFA Club World Cup. After I get this, then I move on to the FIFA Club World Cup, and I need that FIFA Club World Cup. But we cannot be jumping way ahead of ourselves. We have to take it one step at a time, like a baby, just start to learn to walk. These young players need this small trophy. They need this to move to the next one and the next one, until you gradually go there and start to win the Premier League. You win this and you go compete in that FIFA Club World Cup and go as far as possible. you know the confidence that these young players gonna leave these two tournament with, you never can tell. We probably can challenge for the title next season and even go on and win it, because trophy build confidence, and trophy build stability. Trophy builds stability and give confidence. Once player start to get trophies, they want more. They've been greedy. They need more, and that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna fight for more. So we definitely, come on, bro. I don't want to see nothing about, if it's not Leo, if it's not Rafael Leo, bro. I don't want to see no Gonacho. If Chelsea sign Gonacho, man, next season I'm not watching any game at all. Honestly, I never miss a Chelsea game. I never miss a Chelsea game. Doesn't matter where I'm at. I have to be listening or watching. But if we sign Gonacho, man, that's a big downgrade. It's better we use Tyreek George, because you have to remember, if it wasn't for Tyreek George, we wouldn't be in the Champions League, and we wouldn't be sitting here and celebrating that we're in the Champions League. Tyreek George is the one that really put Chelsea in the Champions League, because that equalizer against Fulham lift the spirit of that team and these players. If you look at the last couple of results, after we win that Fulham game with an equalizer from Tyreek George and the winner from Pedro Neto. If you notice that Chelsea was a different team from then on. From then on, we only lose one game, and that game was away to Newcastle. from that game on, I think it was an 8-game run. We only lose one game out of 8 games. So for me, you know, Tyree George, I have to give him credit. But Pies and Escobar Williams are coming, so I do not think we should be signing a left winger. Um, yeah, I see. I watch a lot of Escobar Williams games. To be quite honest, I saw in one game he Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. I saw in one game he was playing as left-sided forward, and he scored 2 goals. I think that's where in their last league game. I think because I think that I don't think he's playing no more game in the league until the FIFA Club World Cup. Maybe maybe I'm wrong, but I think that he's gonna just play the FIFA World Cup and then he will be at Chelsea. But again, Exoval Williams and Kendrick Pye, I wouldn't put too much pressure on them. I would send Pye to Swazberg to get a full season under his belt. I understand that he's been in Europe back and forth for a while to get climatized to Europe. But Escobar Williams, you know, I will use him as the understudy for Cole Palmer for next season. I would be honest. My humble opinion on it. I think that using him as the replacement for Cole Palmer or the rotational player for Cole Palmer will help him more to settle in, and help him to really, really, really grow. Because if you look at Vinny at Real Madrid when he just come to Europe, even Benzema was saying that he was playing for the opponent. He wasn't that good at the moment. It take him a season or two till a lot of people were saying that he was probably gonna be flopped, in the in Real Madrid. And right now he is one of the world best winger right now. So I think that a young player that really come from Brazil, I don't worry about the physicality of these players that are coming from South America, because South American league is very physical. It's more like the English league. It's very physical. It's the robustic, it's the tackle flies, referee let games play on. If you watch like the Copa America and the Copa Libertadores, that Exaval Williams really play in, you will really see what I'm talking about. But the physicality of Exaval Williams is not the main concern for me. Is the adaptation, and English is not his first language also. So communication, it will take him at least a season or two. Even though I think he probably been taking English class at this moment, which that would be smart. It would be foolish if he's not really taking English class since he signed for Chelsea. But my biggest concern, I heard Reece James in his press conference today when he was saying that one of the biggest struggle that Moises Caicedo faced when he come to Chelsea, that the English wasn't that good for him. So the understanding of his teammates and stuff, it was kind of hard, for him a little bit, because how to communicate with your teammates was a struggle. That's what I get from it. So now Reece James said that he understand English more, so you can see Caicedo kind of growing into that player that we expect him to be and what we want him to be. So it's a good look for me to see that he's definitely growing, into the player. But we should look for the same thing too from Escobar Williams. And we have to remember that we have Andre Santos coming in too. So I would send Pies, if I pronounce his name correctly, I would send him to Strasbourg on loan to get a full season under his belt, and because he's more likely a number 10 for me, or a left winger than slash. But we got Nonde Madueke and Pedro Neto, so I would keep those two for next season mainly, and that's why I said I would get a goal scoring winger, someone that can really put the ball in the back of the net. Sancho and Tyreek George, can be like a rotational player. Depends on which one, will hit the ground running more. So it's a big risk, you know, with these South American players because sometimes they take time to settle in. Hopefully that he come and hit the ground running. I heard that in December, that this past December, he was coming to Chelsea, to be a little bit familiarized with the ground and stuff. I don't know if that happened because I didn't hear anything more about it. So I'm not sure if it really happened. Yeah, I would sell Joe Felix, to be quite honest. Joe Felix need to go to like a mid-table club where he's gonna be the man. If Joe Felix really wanna revive back his career, I think the best thing for him is for him to go to like a mid-table team or go back to Benfica, somewhere where he's gonna be the man and he's gonna get time to settle in. I think Joe Felix need a team where doesn't matter if he make a mistake or not, he's gonna be a starter. He needs somewhere where he can go revive back his career, somewhere where he can be the man again. He can feel appreciated, you know, just like Cole Palmer come in and it doesn't matter when he was in the bad, when Cole Palmer in his bad run as calling to people wasn't scoring, we still keep him in the team, but he still was there working and working and work his way back. With the likes of a Joe Felix, he needs something like that. He needs like a Brighton or some team, where he go there and doesn't matter if he have a bad game or two, he's still gonna be in the team, in and around the team, still gonna be starting, still gonna get opportunity to build that confidence. I think he's still broken. Doesn't matter if he go to a new environment. I think he's still broken. He needs something to really build back up his confidence. That's something. I'm not saying he's a bad player because we all know Joe Felix is a fantastic player. He have his moments, but he just need that season or two. He need at least a season or two to build back that reputation of consistency. And I think that he will be okay. Once he get that under his belt. So I think that's where he definitely really really wanna be. Uh, I got 5 more minutes, guys. Anyone want any more question? You guys want to drop in the comment section? I will address it. If Escobar Williams play number 10, so where is Cole Palmer playing then? Um, as I said earlier, I think that Escobar Williams will be on the bench. To be quite honest, I think the season coming, I think that he can come off the bench, especially we got Champions League. I think that if we're leading at least a 2 goal up or so forth, he can come in, give Cole Palmer a break. He can play in the number 10. He even said, that Chelsea promised him that he will play in the 10, not maybe all the time, or a Pedro Neto or another Madueke is off form. He can go to the right sometimes and like a Cole Palmer, playing the 10 and he's on the right, so he will get game time, because as I said, like we in the Champions League, so it would be fair to have him and to help him, grow and settle, to sit on the bench and learn the atmosphere because Brazilian atmosphere and the English atmosphere is different. The cold weather in England, and the warm weather in Brazil is different. So it would be like a settling season for him next season. It will be something that a lot of us have to take into consideration, that he definitely gonna have to come in and bed in. We can't be expecting him to hit the ground running, so quick and so fast. We have to give him credit. We have to give him time to settle in, and also, in some big games too. Cole Palmer maybe gonna have to play on the right. And you're gonna have like the likes of as you say right here, before I go back up to the Bournemouth one, is Lavia available for the fun? No, Lavia is not available. Lavia did not they did not put Lavia in the squad because of the injury reasoning. So they were monitoring him because they didn't want to overwork him or load him with so much games. So Maresca didn't have him to the Conference League squad. So Lavia wouldn't be available for tomorrow game because of the EPA injury that he was having. They had Reece James to it but Reece James could have had to it because of a homegrown, player, because Reece James is a homegrown player. So you can fall in certain category, and Reece James fall in the B or the C category. So Reece James automatically could add to the squad. If Romeo Lavia was a part of our academy, or being, I think if he spent like 2 or 3 years in the academy, then he could have been a part of the squad. So that was the main thing about Romeo Lavia, and because he wasn't a part of the academy, so he would have to be there 2 or 3 years for him to really could have go into the Champions League squad even tomorrow without add to the squad, because it does not have to add an academy player to the squad, because they are from the academy, so they definitely have to be in the club for 2 or 3 years, I think, to be a part of the squad. Thank you for the subscribe, bro. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. I hope you'll be here tomorrow after the game, because we'll be here tomorrow to break down the game, win, lose, or draw. Even though no draw is in it, but win, lose, we'll be here tomorrow to break down the game. So I really appreciate your support, bro. And I really, really thank you for tuning in. And I thank you for the subscription. I really appreciate it. I hope you'll be here tomorrow, and as God willing, hopeful tomorrow we'll be celebrating a great victory. And I really appreciate you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I hope so too. As we're gonna close off tomorrow, with a victory, because that's what I believe in. I believe we're gonna close off tomorrow with a victory. I think these young players are finally, make their mark and be where they want to be. So I want to say thank you to everyone that tuned in. While I'm here, I want to say thank you to all the subscribers, and for the people who's gonna watch on the replay. I will definitely appreciate it, and I want to say see you guys tomorrow. Thank you again, and peace. This is your boy GFCGarvan. I hope tomorrow we will lift the trophy. Thank you guys, and peace.
Successful, I feel. All the memories come flooding back, hit different. I've changed a lot, friends list got thinner. Ain't tripping about enemies, true and stay hidden. He was lurking, so we made sure he went missing. Told the fakers to leave, but they were from a bad place. Oh yeah, tryna be a better me just for you. But it ain't easy, it's hard to get used to. Minding my own business, I'm not worried about what he do. Cause nowadays all it is let me see through. I always said this is that I'm staying around people. Finding my own path like I'm writing my own sequel. Two-faced people all around, they be evil. 2021, you can never trust nobody. Good and bad thoughts on my mind, they be crowded. Pushing to get past his limits, then he see he bought it. Family work hard, but I never catch them found it. Came a long way, in my dream now I be drowning. Stay dying, I hear got some hearts pounded. Multi-talented, my passion I haven't found it. Yeah, in my home, I was never ever doubted. I'm here for my